Welcome to class. My name is Selena Garofino. If you are enjoying this channel, please do like and subscribe so you receive all the latest updates. It helps out creators like me so much. Also, head over to my website, selenagarofino.com, and grab your free Rest and Renew 5-day course. There's a ton of free trainings offered regularly live streaming. I also invite you to study with me 300 and 500-hour advanced yoga teacher trainings around the world and online. And every summer, I host my Emergence and the Mythic Heart retreats in Greece and Italy, and I would love to host you in person. Okay, this is a short practice, so let's get started. Grab a blanket or a couple towels to elevate your pelvis on. This is a practice about finding our legs. In, English, there's this idiom, having legs to stand on. And idioms are metaphors that speak to truths about life. If you want to have a big vision, if you want to have capacity and insight and revelation, you've got to have legs to stand on, relationally, to get anything done in the world, creatively. And we can play with this in our body and our physicality, so it imprints into our psychology. Even though this is a short practice, I believe that every practice should be what we call sarva anga sadhana. It should be a holistic practice that touches more than just the physical body. So we're going to start with a moment in our seat. Elevate your pelvis so that it is above the knees, and then take the seat back so you're right on your perineum, the place between the sex organs and the anus, and sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes 9/10 of the way or all the way, and take a moment just to feel and find the form. Because when we don't practice to our personal nature and we work towards an archetype, the practice is no longer reduced to something physical, but it becomes imaginative. So a lung is our courage and our grief instead of just the organ that allows us to breathe. And now take your tongue to the top of your palate where you would say the word alleluia, or love, or listen. And imagine the baby soft spot at the crown of the head opens up and a golden thread descends from the universal above you straight down through the spine and all the way out the pelvic floor to the core of the planet. So a piece of you is connected to that great dialogue happening beneath the earth's surface of stones and tree roots and mosses, again, all the way to the molten core. And then above the crown of the head is the dialogue of the universal, the spiritual, the birds and the trees and the stars, and something that is beyond in the fertile darkness. And then between these two planes, like a note on a harp, is the vibrancy of your flesh, this sensory organs, multiple organs, that is an organism picking up vibrations, receiving and emanating. And see if you can just tune in to the body breathing. And let's flush things out and bring some alertness to the body. Take your arms up in the shape of a V, an equilateral triangle of strength, structure, and stability. Take your pinky finger and connect it to your thumb so the articulation of the heart is making connection with the experience of the liver. Two big straight arms. We are going to pump out a Kapalabhati breath. It's a forceful exhale through the nose, snapping the abdomen back. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in, and let's begin. Good. And don't worry about how fast I'm going. I want you to pick a pace that's appropriate for you and pump out, out, out. This could be nice and light, like the navel is just sort of dancing, or it might be a more dramatic pull back of the abdomen. But don't think that there's anything to force. Use the natural energy that is in the planet, like pushing a splinter out, or when women are supported in giving birth, and just pump the breath out, 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 flushing yourself out. You might notice that the head is getting a little bit spacey, like a balloon floating above the torso, but you're still anchored by that golden thread. Keep going, about 20 more seconds. You might speed it up if you wish, heating yourself up, energizing, clearing things out. Good. Exhale completely. Stay empty of air. Breath retentions are being shown in the research to build the insulation around the neurons. They are being shown to build immunoglobulin, which are those cells that catch viruses and bacteria and support your immunity. Take a deep breath in, hook your thumbs over your head. 3 more little sips through your mouth. Again, retain the breath. Squeeze everything from the bottom up to the top. And then exhale, pop your cork and release your arms. Very good. Let's get moving. Remove the props out from underneath of you, but have them nearby in case you need them, and bring yourself to all fours. Measure it up so that your hands are directly under your shoulders and they're exactly shoulder distance apart. You can measure by spinning the pinky fingers towards each other and then pivot on the heel of the hand forward. Good. From here, spread the tops of your feet on the mat, and let's put a little more heat in the body by rapidly cat-cowing the spine and pumping the breath. Good. Here we're starting to integrate all 3 floors of our house. The lower body, our arms and hands and shoulders, thoracic spine, as well as the head. That integrative stitch of the spine and the breath that is our central channel. So keep going forward and back and forward and back, and pump your breath and just heat yourself up. Good. Pause in the center. Take a nice deep breath in. You might be a little bit dizzy. Hair might be a little bit wild. And exhale it out. Good. This is going to be a little short for a down dog. So wiggle your knees back a little bit, curl your toes under, and then take your seat high and wide, forming a 60-degree triangle. Be on the balls of the feet with the heels descending towards the mat. Lift the buttock bones from the backs of the knees. So there's a nice wave in the spine. Angle the pelvis towards the sky and hold and breathe. Good. And take another moment here. If you wish, you can pedal through your feet, bending one knee and then the other, sort of like a little cat kneading a blanket. Making a nice place to land on your mat. Good. And then once again, find the stillness. Bend the knees because your knees have a relationship with the kidney, and we want kidneys that flush. Good. From here, shoot forward to a plank pose so that 60-degree angle now becomes 90 degrees. A little sassy in your seat, but press back through your heels, and then bend at the hip crease back to the down dog. Now go forward and back a few times. Again, just starting to put a little bit of fire and heat in the body. Really let this be anchored back in the legs so that the energy is coming from the support of the lower body and the torso is light. Good. One more. And then hold it back in the down dog. Super nice. Walk your feet forward to your hands. And you can always bring your hands to meet your feet if you don't make it all the way. Bend your knees, measure 2 fists between the arches, and then take opposite palm to opposite elbow over your head. And drop into your breath. Very good. Another moment here. Really think that you're lifting the pelvis from the back of the knee, and that there's a sense of the pelvis coming forward so that the bottom really becomes the top. Standing well in your feet. Very good. Release your fingertips to the floor. Bend your knees deeply and let your torso really hang, your head really hang. And we're going to keep throwing the knees forward like 2 balls as we keep the head and the torso heavy and start to spinal wave up. Then drive the pubic bone forward to unroll the spine, coming all the way up to stand. Very good. Keep the feet where they are. Inhale and take your arms up and reach for opposite palm to opposite elbow over your head. From here, take a nice deep breath in and then hinge at the hip crease. Send your seat back into a chair pose. Keep folding till your belly comes to your thighs and your torso is parallel to the floor. And when you have full contact here, change nothing, but now lift your buttock bones, starting to straighten the legs. So the thighs are still moving into the belly. And then let's reverse that. Do a little back bend as you bend your knees, bring your torso parallel to the floor. Lift your chest back into chair pose. Push all the way up to stand, unfold it, and drive your pubic bone forward 2 more times and a little quicker. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Take your belly to your thighs and then lift the buttock bones. Good. Reverse it. Bend the knees, little back bend into chair pose. Power all the way up to stand. Drive the pubic bone forward. 1 more time. Bend the knees, sink the hips, belly to thighs. Lift your buttock bones up nice and high. Good. Bend the knees, lift your torso. Push all the way up to stand. Drive the pubic bone forward. And then unravel the arms and pause and stand at the top for a moment. And just take a moment to feel what's present in the body now. Good, feel your two legs. Take a deep breath in, stretch your arms up. Hinge from your hip crease once again, and fold forward over the legs. It's already different in the forward fold, right? It doesn't take much. And walk your feet back. Super nice. A little bend in the knees. Take your right leg and stretch it up to the sky. Keep the bend in your left knee and get more height through the ball of the right foot. So good. Stretch it high, high, high. Take your heel to your butt now. Draw your knee in towards your nose and suck everything in. Lift the hips high, knee towards your chest, and then reach back again to the down dog split. 2 more times. Exhale, knee in towards your abdomen, stimulating our courage, our core center, and lift it back up. 1 more time, take the knee in. Now listen, squeeze the knee towards the chest, and now lower your right knee onto the floor. So your right knee is on the floor, left leg is stretched back behind you. Now pick up your right arm and your left leg, reach them away from each other. Good, and now take right elbow to left knee, coil in on yourself. Reach those limbs away from each other, big breath in, and exhale, coil back in. 1 more time, reach it long. Exhale, coil it back in. Big breath in, reach long. And now lower the right arm and your left leg. Curl your back toes under. We're gonna pick that right knee right back up. Pick it up and reach up and back to the down dog split. So nice. Lower your right foot down. And just pause. Take a moment with your breath. Little shimmy in the hips. Very good. Same thing on the other side. Both knees are bent. Keep the right knee bent as you lift your left leg up to the sky, nice and high. Now squeeze your left knee into your chest towards your nose, shift forward. Reach up and back, down dog splits. Again, squeeze it in, everything coming together in the midline. So we're playing this tension 1 more time of expanding outward and then playing with the contraction back to the middle. Hold the knee in, lower your left knee to the floor. Once again, uncurl the spine so your sternum and your vision comes forward now, and then pick up right leg, left arm. And then as you exhale, squeeze everything into the middle. Reach it long, right leg, left arm. Coil everything into the middle. 1 more time, reach long, and coil everything into the middle. Reach long, and then lower left hand to the floor and your right toes to the floor. We'll pick up the left knee, and then stretch it back, down dog split. Lower the left leg to the floor once again. So nice. Pause here and breathe. Maybe bounce to your seat a little bit, get some stagnancy out. Very good. Super nice, you guys. Take your right leg back up to the sky and transition your right foot between your hands. Knee goes where the heel lands. Now take a moment to organize this. And organizing it here looks like getting your right knee into your armpit so that you have full contact between your belly and your thigh, and then drop to your back knee. Keep your back toes curled under. Lengthen from your pubic bone through your sternum forward. And now we're going to pick up the right foot and grab the right foot with the palm of our right hand. And then send your hip crease back and your left fingertips forward. So the 2 planes of potential are making contact, palm of the hand, sole of the foot, and we're opening up the back of the right thigh, which is associated with the lung. Again, in the esoteric dialogue, a practice that is imaginative gives us so much more. Rebend the right knee and straighten your back leg once again. And then get your left heel nice and high so your pelvis is in line with your shoulder blades. Take your fingertips forward, and now from the ball of your right foot, start to draw the right hip crease back. The leg won't straighten all the way. Be stable, be steady in the legs. So nice. Rebend your right knee. We're going to pop up into a high lunge. Get nice and stable, and then take your arms up. Drive the pubic bone forward. Back heel is high. Sit low in that front leg. And keep driving pubic bone forward, heart forward, armpits towards your heart. Big steady breath. Feel how here it's the buoyancy and the stability of the legs that allows the torso and the vision to rise. One more big breath. Good, bring your fingertips to the floor and step back, downward facing dog. If you wish, shift forward to a plank and then draw your pubic bone towards the mat in a floating up dog. Two very strong legs. Again, it's the support of our foundation. It's giving something legs that allows everything else to open. And then back to the down dog. Very good. Take your left leg high and then transition the left foot forward. Knee goes where the heel lands. Drop to your back knee and organize it. So you have full contact, belly to thigh, knee is in the armpit. Shift back and pick up the sole of your left foot. Again, take your right fingertips forward. So we're creating a lot of space and length. And drop into the breath. Very good. Super nice. Rebend the left leg, straighten your right leg, come up high on the back heel so that the sacrum is lifted. Take your fingertips forward, and then from the ball of the left foot to the left buttock bone, straighten your front leg. Nice big breath. Rebend the left knee. Take a moment to get nice and powerful in your legs, and then lift the torso all the way up. Again, find the stability in the legs as I fall over looking at the camera. Find the stability in your legs, pubic bone forward. Tells you something about how the body follows the vision, right? Big breath. So nice, you guys. Take your hands back to the floor. Downward facing dog. Buttock bones high and wide. Nice long spine. If you wish, shift forward into the up dog, toes curled under, chest wide, and then back to down dog once again. Very good. Walk your feet forward again. Fold will feel so different. Measure 2 fists between the arches. If you have a blanket available, grab it and pop it underneath of your heels. Reach back and scoop up your heels in the palms of your hands. Again, send the knees towards your armpits. Send your thighs into your belly. Couple more big breaths. Good. This next pose is all about contact. So really get your knees in your armpits, really get your thighs in your belly, really get the palm of the hand on the feet, and then lengthen your spine forward as you bend your knees and start to pull up on the heels to float the heels up. Knees and armpits, hip crease back, chest forward. Good. Re-descend the heels. It's okay if you fell over. Re-straighten the legs, coming in to a fold. Another breath here. Very good. Remove that blanket from underneath of your heels. Grab 2 blocks if you have them available and take them out in front of you. Hands can be on the floor if you don't have blocks. So from here, the blocks are going to be out in front to a place that's comfortable and appropriate for you. And you're going to weight your left leg and take your right leg up into a supported warrior 3. Super light on the fingertips, nice deep bend in your left knee, chest forward. So good. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bend both knees. Bend your left knee deeper, bend your right knee, tuck it behind your left. Squeeze in. Good, now re-extend the right leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Bend in and squeeze both knees together. Reach it long. 1 more time, bend it in. Good, now are you ready? Put your right toes on the floor and start to bend deeper, 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 till you can sit down on the floor. And if you needed to use your hands there, it's totally fine. I intentionally used the blocks today to give a little more support. If you have that blanket right there, I want you to pop it underneath of your seat. Good, I cranked up the heat in this room because it's winter and it's very cold here, and I am sweating. It's super hot in here now. Get up on top of your perineum. Sit up nice and tall. Find yourself on that spit again. And rather than using the knee to pull, we're gonna spin. So take your arms up to the sky, take a deep breath in, and exhale, spin around. Again, it's the stability of the legs. This is a hip game. People always think twists are about their torso, but it's all about your hips. Keep spinning. Good, light grip on the leg. Drop your hands to the floor into your knee. And turn your head and look out over your left shoulder. Settle into your breath. So nice. One more big breath. Good. Use your in-breath to come center. The good news is we only have one more side to do. The bad news is we have to transition to the other side, and we're gonna do it the tricky way. If this is too much for you, just uncross your legs, come to stand, and meet us in a forward fold. Otherwise, I want you to take your hands and shift forward up onto your left foot and your right shin, and bring your hands to those blocks. And then from here, pick your right foot up and re-extend it back behind you. And then lower your right foot down. You might need to adjust your stance in front of your blocks. Just come into a hang for a moment. Shake your head out. Last standing pose. Hands back on the blocks. You can do this with hands at heart center if you're feeling frisky today. Hands on the blocks. Lift your left leg up. Generous bend in the right knee, heart forward. So good. Very nice. Hold and breathe. Again, if you're feeling frisky, you can take your hands to your heart center and do this whole thing without the support of the blocks. Good. Let's do our little drill, practicing and setting up for the squat. So bend your right knee deeply, bend your left knee and tuck it behind your right. Inhale, reach long. Again, exhale, tuck in. Inhale, reach long. Last time, exhale, tuck in. Good. Hold here and start to bend the right knee deeper till you can tap your left toes on the floor and then start to sink the seat. Good. Nice. And if there was a little thud as you fell, that's okay. It's, often in life, we think that we'll do something when we have courage, but we build courage by doing things and making mistakes, and learning the failure isn't that bad, right? Okay, right ankle is on the outside of left knee now. Same thing, take your arms up, get very, very tall, and then twist right. And then breathe in. And then twist right. Take your left hand to your right knee, your right fingertips behind you, and spiral around yourself. So beautiful. So again, we're not pulling, we're spinning. And it's not even so much as a twist as a spiral. I'm not trying to squish anything. It's an older dialogue, and not one I play with much anymore. I much prefer the dialogue of creating volume and space. Good. Use your in-breath and come back to the center. Good. We have to stand up so we're even on both sides, right? So get a little momentum. Shift forward onto your right foot. Right here, you can bring your hands to the blocks for more stability, and you might need to reposition your foot a little bit, your right foot. And now weight your right foot, pick your left knee up, re-extend it back into the warrior three, and then take your left foot and lower it down. Fold over your legs. Super nice. Spin your toes open. Lower yourself down into a squat. We won't be staying here. And onto your butt. You can use your hands if you need to. Put your butt up on top of your blanket once again. I like to use the blocks because contact creates connection and safety. Take your feet hip distance apart and then bend your knees and bend them so that there's a sense of pulling the pelvis forward. This changes the angle of the pelvis. Bend them as much as you need to. Fold down, full contact, belly to thighs. I'm placing blocks at the end of my feet again to create that sense of stability, of finding and holding my legs. And then wiggle your bum back. Very good. As you breathe now, on the inhale, imagine the breath sweeping up the front of the legs. And as you exhale, it washes up the front of the torso and out the crown of the head. Breath like a wave up the front of the legs. And as you exhale, up the front body, out the crown of the head. Good. Lengthen the front of your spine and think that you're going forward to come up rather than backing out of the pose. Forward to come up. So you're at a nice angle here. Very good. And then let's come to lie on our backs. When we come to lie down, I suggest you take this blanket and roll it up so that you can give yourself a little gentle back bend. Come to lie down with that blanket just underneath of the scapula. You can even put a bolster under your knees if you have one nearby. And open your chest. Let your breath be whatever it wants to be. That was a quick and active practice, stimulating and grounding. So the breath might be a little ragged. Let the breath be. And simply observe the way it starts to settle on its own. Body's genius. When the breath feels more even, put a little tone on it. See if you can inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Inhale 4 and exhale 8. One more minute here, just allowing the nervous system to settle, the body to get heavy. A moment of intentional, cultivated rest. You made effort, receive grace. Let your breath be this mediator between what you're hearing internally and sounds external to you. Sounds of traffic on the street, sounds in other rooms of your house. It's like there's a little protective circle around you. The sounds are just there, just let them be. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes, just a quick little moment of rest. Bend your knees so the soles of the feet come to the floor and roll to a fetal position. Pause there for a moment, actually land there. And then use your top hand to gently press up. And for a moment again, soften the gaze or close the eyes and feel connection to the lower body. To give something legs is to give it strong foundation. It's to really mother ourselves. If you think about the archetype of the stability of mother, I'm not saying you each necessarily had a stable mother, but the archetype of being mothered, of being nourished, and having a place that is rooted. We ultimately find that mothering, that security in ourselves. It's never external. We can have moments of joyful security and safety created for us, but our deepest security has to come from inside, from giving ourselves legs. And we can practice that with the strength of the legs and the physical body. Bow your chin, bring your hands to your heart, and give gratitude for your legs, for your 2 feet, for the metaphoric security and the real security and stability that invites vision. Rub your palms together in front of your heart, get some good heat between your hands, and then cup your palms over your eyes with your fingertips on your hairline. Open your eyes behind your hands, letting in the darkness. Release your palms, let in the light, and welcome yourself back. Thank you for practicing with me. I will see you soon.